All right, everybody, welcome back to the bench. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about one really cool little plate we have going on here. First of all, huge thank you to the channel sponsor, Brownells. They're an amazing company. I did end up getting the Steiner MPS through them, and I will probably be getting an ACRO P2 through them in gray of some sort. I really want one in gray. I think they're just really cool. I like them. The ACRO P2s are awesome. But head on over there, use code BOP10. Again, thank you to Brownells. Now, first of all, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of things. If you have a Brownells slide or any slide with a ZEV post, so ZEV posts being these raised up posts right here on your slides, there has been kind of an issue with these. A lot of people have just run like RMRs or RMR footprint pattern type deals, and they've been wanting to run like mailbox optics. Well, Dauntless Engineering came up with a plate system that specifically meets that need. I have been running this for about 1,800 rounds, 15 to 1,800 rounds on my ZEV OZ9C. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great plate system. It is a little bit big, but it's extremely lightweight. Let me show you right now. All right, so we're gonna look at this plate system here. We're looking at pounds and ounces. Weighs absolutely nothing, 0.2 ounces. It is 7 grams. 7 grams for this thing. This thing is very lightweight, and they made something that they skeletonized the crap out of it. They took a lot of that weight out from in there, and then they anodized it, which I thought was really cool. All right, so as we can see, they're extremely lightweight. They work out really well. Cool part is they actually send you a pair of screws with these, so that's really nice. And they work for all the ZEV posts. So if you have ZEV posts, it's just one of those things where you've been constantly fighting or having issues. I'm actually really happy that Dauntless Engineering came up with this. And this took scouring on the internet for many, many, many hours. They are supposed to have one coming up here soon for the HoloSun 509T. They will have one coming out for that. I don't know if the 509 ACSS that Primary Arms made, I don't know if that will fit the same 509T footprint, because I know they are a little bit different. But the 509T, the basic one that you get, you are able to run this. Now, again, even with these really large suppressor height sights, these Mariglows, you are not able to co-witness the MPS. I do think you will be able to do that with an ACRO P2, because the deck height is lower on the ACRO P2 compared to the Steiner MPS. It is kind of up there just a little bit. It's a little bit bigger, but you're able to run that. And then with standard iron sights, you are not able to see those even on the ZEV platform itself. Now, this is extremely stiff on the ZEV. Once you put it in here, you're like, oh man, this looks like it's not going to fit. No, once I put it on there, I have to put the Optic on and then pull off the plate, because it's so hard to get in there, because I have had a little bit of Loctite in there. It's so hard to get in there because ZEV makes everything in a very, very tolerance heavy thing. So, the plate does not, when it goes on and it's seated and it does everything, there is no wiggle. You can hear a little bit right there, but once you get those screws in there, you're not going to get any sort of wiggle. I've never lost zero. I've never had a problem. Now, I will state, as of right now, I haven't run it on the Brownells slide because I'm waiting for the ported barrel to come. And once the ported barrel comes, I will probably be getting a ACRO P2, because I really want to try that out. Or if Dauntless Engineering gets the 509T, we'll be running that one on there as well, because they are coming out with one of these for the 509T. Now, why would you want this? Why would you go spend all this money on a Brownells slide and then you have to spend extra money to do all this? A lot of people are going to these enclosed optics, these enclosed emitter optics. I think that they're a lot better. I really, really like enclosed emitters. I love the EPS carry. I have that. I've used it for well over a year, and I have yet to have a single issue, other than some of the finishes wearing off. But other than that, it is an extremely stout optic, and that's an optic made in China. Again, another one kind of made in China here, the Steiner. Now, I don't actually know if this is made in China, but I believe it is made in China. I do think that's what it says on the website. But it's a good optic. It's very well made as far as I'm concerned. As of right now, works really well. And I haven't had a single issue, no loss of zero, no anything like that with this plate. Now, again, I have not put this thing through like drop testing or anything like that, so take that with a grain of salt, but I have dropped my gun on accident. or, you know, it fell off. I think it fell off a table and landed on some dirt. There was no loss of zero. I still have had no issues. It works really well. The Dauntless Engineering plate is very nice. Now, I will say there are probably going to be a lot of people out there who wish that it would be skinnier. The problem is, or thinner, I guess. The problem is you can't make it too thin, because once you do that, then you're going to have issues mounting the optic. The screws won't be able to go down in there as far, and you might have some issues. So that's one of those things where you're kind of stuck with the deck height that you're stuck with when it comes to the plate. It is a little bit thicker than your standard plate, but it is 7 grams, so that's really nice. This thing is very lightweight. For those of you who operate your whole lives in grams, that's totally fine. Nobody cares, or shouldn't anyway. And no, I absolutely love this plate. I think it's one of the better plates on the market, especially for what you're getting, and I don't believe they're very expensive. So when the Hollison 509T one comes out, we'll do an update video with that and the 509T, especially with this and the ported barrel from Brownells, because I really want to try that out. I don't know how to state this anymore. If you're looking for a solution for this, I highly recommend you go head on over to Dauntless Engineering, take a look at what they have to offer. They're coming out with a few different styles of plates, especially for these harder optics, especially with these ZEV posts, which are extremely ridiculous and dumb. But I highly recommend you go take a look. Hopefully they'll come out with one for the RCR pretty soon, or maybe just some different screws for the RCR to make it fit in there. As always, I thank you guys for tuning into The Bench. I know this isn't a super long video, but I hope you found it informative. Go head on over there. Let them know I sent you. Maybe they'll give you guys a discount. You know, maybe use code Hoodlum or something. I highly doubt it, but maybe they'll give you guys a couple bucks off. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Be a hoodlum.